Hi, everybody. It's Denise with Divine Soul Astrology. Today we are discussing the Gemini full moon, and this reading is for Libra. And so, the horoscope for Libra, right? And how the full moon is affecting you. So, Libra, the full moon is in your, it is over here, and this is let me look at my notes here. It's in your ninth house of faith and spirituality, right? So we have really we go forward from Libra down to down to the ninth house here where Gemini is. So this full moon is a Mercury full moon. That means that Virgo, whatever's going on with Virgo can be relevant, right? Because Mercury rules both Gemini and Virgo. So we have the full moon in your ninth house, Libra. There's something you're most likely being illuminated about your worldview, your kind of, I mean, it can be political view, but it's usually kind of your view, how you see things, right? And what you really believe in. That is the ninth house. This is kind of the ninth house of higher purpose and your belief systems in general all fall into the ninth house. It is about how we grow and expand. The ninth house is concerned or associated with education and learning, but usually about higher things. I mean, it can be you're getting your degree, of course, but it has to do with higher realms because Sagittarius is the ninth house is associated with Sagittarius and higher purpose, expansion and growth. It's also the house of travel and teaching and publishing, our philosophy on things, and wisdom. Yeah, that is where wisdom shows up in our chart. So, yeah, in the ninth house, but the full moon is there, and the full moon is about information, Libra. It is because it's in Mercury, right? And Mercury it's in Gemini, and Mercury is all about our information, our decisions, our choices, what we like to read and learn about, right? Our plans and goals, and even our willpower. That is Mercury. Now, it's in your ninth house, so there's some wisdom that you are gaining here. Or, you could be like really kind of changing the way you think about something because now you're looking at it possibly with more wisdom. It's also possible you are being shown something that you are kind of enthused about because the ninth house has to do with what we're like really enthused, like inspired kind of, that is will help us expand and grow. All right, so let's see what else we have here. And the full moon in general, just to explain the nature of a full moon, it is always opposing the sun here, right? So the full moon happens, excuse me, tomorrow, December the 4th. I think I mentioned that. I'm pretty sure. I hope I did. At 3:15 p.m. here in the States. Check for your time. But the full moon is always opposing the sun. So here it is, opposing the sun. And the sun is in your third house. This is another Mercury house. Yours is ruled by Jupiter because it's in Sagittarius, but the third house for you is opposing your ninth house. So these are connected, but this has to do with you about learning something or your attitude and your beliefs about something. It can have to do with teaching and publishing and all these things, but this is the house of information and how we process information. And so the sun is there showing you something, illuminating something about that area of your life or about how you think. And it is opposing, here's the opposition, the moon. The moon's in the ninth house. So there's something you're changing the way you kind of the way you think about something. You could even be changing your views on religion itself. The ninth house is associated with religion or higher realms and things like that, and intuition and, those type of things. But you could be changing here. You might be doing that. Yeah. Something can be culminating for you, not fulminating, culminating for you, um, or peaking. The full moon can bring endings and major change, and therefore it can bring, new beginnings as well. The full moon is often about insights and revelations. So you're most likely learning something, some type of clarity here related to your ninth house. All right. And Libra, it is squaring the moon here, and the sun are both squaring the node. So if you're looking at the chart at all, here is the full moon in Gemini in your ninth house. And the full moon is squaring these nodes, these lunar nodes, which have to do with our higher purpose, the north node and fate and destiny and, our true potential. And then the south node is over here in your 12th house of ending. So there's something you want to end here, and you're feeling kind of, it doesn't have to be anything physical. No, it can be your attitude about something. Yeah. And remember, Mercury is ruling this house for your 12th house of endings. So you may often understand very clearly what I need to let go of simply because Mercury rules your 12th house of endings. It's also the 12th house of dissolving things. It is the 12th house of self-undoing. Yeah, bad habits and vices and things like that. But it is also the 12th house of compassion, creativity, and seeing things also from a higher vision because Jupiter really rules the 12th house is Pisces, but Jupiter is the ruler for Pisces. So is Neptune, as the modern day. But this 12th house is you're understanding something from a wise point of view here, from a wise perspective. Your perspectives could be changing. Ninth house, Gemini here. You're being shown that something about the way you think or your perspective on something, your attitude possibly. And that is putting a little pressure on you to end that. And this south node can be about wounds. It can simply be about the past, something that doesn't want to, not serving us. It can be about past lives as well. It can be about family wounds. That's a possibility here. Excuse me. And so now we have the north node showing up for you in your sixth house of work here. So yeah, there could be something that you are understanding here about your work or your health because the nodes are in this health axis. Yeah, they are. Pisces can be about psychological health, but you're definitely being shown something here, Libra. And now Mercury, the ruler of the full moon, showing up in your second house of finances. And also, this is self-worth. Yeah, self-esteem, the second house. And money is a little connected to that because how do we feel when we have money? We feel better. So it is connected, the second house, to our stability, which can be connected to our self-worth. But Mercury is here showing you something. It sure is. And let's see, right with the full moon. So, yeah. And so this is in your second house of money, as I said, and self-worth. And it is trining this Jupiter here. Let's look at that for just a moment. Um, and the trine is very supportive, yes, and the trine can help things move along faster, but it is supporting you in some way, right? And here is Jupiter in your 10th house, Libra, of authority, personal authority over your own life. This is the house of authority figures. It can be a father, bosses, higher ups, even. And the 10th house is your career. It can be like also kind of how other people like classify you or how they see you, like your reputation. But this 10th house here, Jupiter in the 10th house is giving you power over your own life, like your own, it's about your personal leadership, right? The 10th house. So Jupiter is shining on that. Um, There can be something here that is fated or a fated event or an encounter because of the vertex, right? In your sign. And but whatever that fated event is, right? Could be the full moon even, but this is about people, a group of people, or something that is just comes into your life and it, comes in a fated way, like the universe wanted you to see something or maybe to learn something, right? We can, you could be, if you're single, it's possible with the vertex in your sign that you're going to meet somebody fated, right? Or even kind of a group of people that, that were fated to, you were supposed to meet them. And so here it is, squaring your 10th house here. And so there could be something that, that is fated, that is helping you move forward, that is actually pushing you to move forward. Because Jupiter is about expansion, and that is in your 10th house of authority and ambition, and your social status as well. There could be something that you can kind of change your social status, which can be, it can also be like a great job. Social status could be you're married or you're divorced now, or you have your law degree and before you were, delivering pizzas. That's a social status, right? Somebody passes away as a social state. It can be. But this is, or something really kind of really changes. So this is being supported though by Mercury, the ruler of the full moon, in your second house of self-worth. You're seeing something that is supporting your self-worth, that is helping you to grow. And you might be seeing it by something that is faded. You're like, oh, wow. And you kind of place the connection there. Or, oh, I was supposed to meet so and so. So and so kind of, has showed me something and, is helping me to grow because it is squaring this Jupiter, which can be about growth and transformation. All right. And let's see what else we have for you. Um, mhm. We talked about the sun and the moon opposing one another. Yes. And we talked about Jupiter. So, and the vertex as well. There could be something that is testing your faith here as well. It's a possibility here for you with this chart with the full moon. Something that is testing the way you kind of um, the way you process information, the way you think about something, your attitude. I think I talked about that as well. Your perspective about life can change. And your natal Venus, let's talk about your natal Venus here. Um, yeah, but let's look here first how this, oh, I was talking about this Mercury here is trining your sixth house. Yeah. Yeah, I was talking about that. So you could have a new job here. I think I was. You could gain some clarity here about how to get a new job, improve your health. And I was talking about the health here. It can be psychological health or physical health. Pisces is about psychological health, but it doesn't necessarily have to be, right? This could be, um, there could be some type of insight for you too that kind of helps you trust your intuition to surrender and kind of just trust that life can be okay, maybe having to do with work or anything or health, even mental health, right? Mental health is just, it can be, it makes us feel better, but mental health can simply be in a negative way. It can be about our doubts and our fears, right? So you could be kind of or maybe, sometimes sadness here. There's something you're seeing here that is really helping you move forward and, feel great about life as well. Sagittarius trines your house of relationships. Did I say that again? Let's look at that. Not Sagittarius. Sagittarius isn't doing any trining. Um, but Venus is in Sagittarius. Venus is your natal ruler. And so Venus is here in Sagittarius, and it is, wow, also it is opposing Uranus. So this is in your third house of thinking here. Venus is about your money or your self-worth, because it is. It can be about relationships. And here it is opposing your house, your eighth house. Uranus is in your eighth house. This can be about your money, that has to do with intimate relationships, shared monies here. It can be, but um, yeah, Venus can be about money too. There's something that is changing here, or that you feel a little bit of tension here, that has to do with your eighth house, and this can be transformation, intimate relationships, and it's also in Taurus. So, Taurus is about our well-being, our and our finances as well. So there's some type of change going on here, but yeah, and so this is definitely supporting you, this, even though it is creating a little bit of conflict there for you. All right, and thank you so much, you guys, for joining me, Libra. Please like, share, and subscribe. It's really helping me to reach the 1,000 subscribers. And yeah, and hit the little bell if you want to be notified of my next upload. Thanks so much for joining me here, and yeah, see you in the next one.